How's it going? I've had a lot of people commenting and asking me if I'm still making videos or not. And the fact is, I've just been too busy with these two pumps here that I haven't had time to make videos. But what I wanted to do here is tell you the story about the last 8 months of my life and what God has done, because he's done some pretty cool stuff. And a year ago, I never thought I'd be here pumping concrete. I actually didn't even think I'd be doing that, but I absolutely love it. It fulfills all my desires: wrenching, operating equipment, driving truck, and having a business, obviously. But I want to tell you guys a story about it, because I think it's pretty amazing what God does. So last summer, I was in a very low spot in life. I had some church problems. I actually I had to leave a church that I helped start a couple of years ago just due to some church politics and all that type of garbage. And my business was very, I don't know what the right word is, but I would say taboo at the time. I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I was building some hot rods for some customers and buying and selling equipment. But ever since the end of COVID, equipment just did not sell quite as fast and easy as it used to. And so money was just not really there. And I lost a lot of money last year, probably over 50 grand just in bad deals, things I bought that I was lied to about, things I shouldn't have bought, bad decisions, that type of thing. So last summer I was in a really bad spot. And one day I was just helping my friend pour some concrete. And we were pumping it. At this time, I wasn't pumping. We had just hired a concrete pump. And I saw him, the pump operator, in the basement. And this thought went into my head, and it was, Sam, you're going to be a concrete pump operator. And that was at the beginning of July, I believe. Went through my head, didn't even barely think anything of it. About 6 hours later, I'm at my friend's shop, who is now my business partner. And I'm fixing his forklift for him. I sold him a forklift and it was having some problems. So I was there and he comes up to me and he's like, Sam, do you want to start a concrete pumping business with me? 6 hours after I'd had that thought go through my head. And you have to remember just the position I'm in my mind and my life and my business. I just said yes. And that's generally how things go in my life. I don't know what's going on and boom, God pulls through, something happens. And we just did her, I just said yes. So we immediately started moving towards this first pump here, which is this, it's an Alliance concrete pump, obviously red and black, 33 meters. So it's a smaller pump, but it's a good one. And we get it back here and immediately we're just pretty much full tilt with it, which was just amazing. There's a concrete company called Tanis, which is right behind me in the shop here in another yard. And their pumps went down due to just some mechanical failures and stuff. And I started doing the majority of their work around here. And then their parent company decided to shut down all their rural pumps for a time. And we were even busier. So right off the hop, we didn't even really have to go looking for work. God just brought it all. And we were making money. I was making a wage. I was finally making some income, for the first time in what felt like 2 years. So that was pretty awesome. And then it kind of became obvious that we needed to buy a second pump. But the problem is that these things are not cheap. They're very, very expensive. And I'm not going to put on here how much they are, but you can go Google it if you're interested. Anyways, you'll find that they're not cheap. My arm's getting tired from holding up my phone here, but whatever, I'll just hold it up. And so I just started praying. I was like, God, the opportunity's there, the work is there for another concrete pump. And so my business partner and me, who I'll just leave unnamed just in case that's how he wants it, I don't know. We started praying about it. And the company that sold us this, which is Alliance Concrete Pumps, they're just an amazing company. There's this guy there named Mike Enns, and he's just super helpful. Anyways, they reached out to us, and I'd been talking with Mike, just about the pump, how it's going. And they offered us a deal on another pump that made it affordable for us. You know, it was an amazing opportunity. And it was kind of just one of those, you know, we trust you. Like kind of a handshake deal, a good old fashioned, like, we trust you. And it was just like, obviously there was favor on it. And so, you know, and I'll tell you, we had just enough money for the deposit on this pump in our bank account, you know, because we're still a new company, don't have a lot of money. And so pretty much just sat down and we're like, you know what? We're just going to walk in faith here. If anyone that did anything great in the Bible, they had to step. You know, there's never just this gradual, you know, working your way up. You have to step into faith, step into things. So we drained her. We went from, I won't say numbers, but we went down to like under $2,000, like barely anything. And these things cost, you know, if you're running both of them in a day, they can cost you $1,500, something like that, just to run. That doesn't include wear and tear and operator and all that. So it was a bit of a leap of faith. So we did it. We sent her. We bought it. And it's been a long 2 months because I'm doing all the groundwork kind of thing. My business partner has been really good and just kind of let me run with this because he's busy with his own business. And so it's been a lot of work, but I started praying. I'm like, God, I need an operator. I need a guy that can pretty much copy me, like do what I'm doing, because you're doing so much. You're fixing, you're operating, you're dealing with customers, and it's just go, go, go. You have to be thinking all the time. So I prayed for someone. That was 25 years old, had mechanical experience, had a class 3 commercial license, had equipment operating experience, concrete experience, but no pumping experience. I didn't want someone with pumping experience because I wanted to train them how I wanted it to be. And about 3 weeks went by and I'm working on this job, and it's with a contractor, one of my customers, and he has a bunch of younger guys working for him. And I just kind of threw it out there. I'm like, hey, does any of you want to be a concrete pump operator? Just kind of as a joke. And sure enough, there was a guy there. He's 25 years old. He's had equipment experience. His dad's a mechanic. He's been wrenching on stuff his whole life. He's worked in concrete. Obviously, that's what he was doing at the time. And he's just an awesome dude, Christian dude, and comes from an extremely similar background to me. Just a godsend, honestly. So God pulled through there. So now we have the machine lined up. We have the operator lined up. And at this point, we're broke. We have no money. But we just keep going forward, and God keeps bringing in just enough to get by. And it came clear that we weren't going to have enough money through our income, our company revenue, to get through, the last month. And we don't have much history on the bank account, so I didn't even know if a credit line was an option, but we applied anyways, and we got denied. And I'm like, oh no, we're not going to be able to pay all of our bills for this month. But then we get a call, and they offered us a lesser amount, but it's just enough of a credit line to help us get through this next month. So here we go. We're still going. And now we're at the end of February. We're going to pretty much drain the bank account again to keep going. But I'm just trusting that God's going to carry it through, because I want to tell you something. He's never failed anyone one time. He can't. It's actually not possible for him to fail. And so that's what I've been going to my mind. And I think one question that we often ask is, well, how do I know that I'm doing the right thing? Because if I'm not doing the right thing, or I'm not in his will, then maybe it won't work out. God looks at your heart. What's your heart? Is your heart to do his will? And you're not going to know his will all the time. Sometimes you're just going to have to make a decision. But if your heart is to do the right thing, he will honor it. That's what he's looking at. He's not looking if you make the perfect decision every time. He's just looking at, what's your heart? Is your heart to do his will and to serve him? And I've had to keep that in the forefront of my mind as we go through this, because just risk after risk after risk, lots of money just coming and going. And is he good? Is he going to pull through? Well, I trust him. My heart's right before him. If your heart's right before God, yes, he will He will pull through it in the best way for you. He'll always do the best thing for you, nothing less. So that brings us to now, and we're having a warm spell, so we've got a bunch of work, the last couple of weeks, which has been awesome, and that'll hopefully carry us through this month, and then hopefully it stays warm and we get some more work. But I just want to say something, encourage you guys in something. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your paths straight. And I'm making this video for two reasons. One, just to kind of give you an update on my life, because I know people are watching. But the second part is that verse, it says, acknowledge him. And I think a lot of times we skip over that. We look at the trust part, but we skip the acknowledge part. And I would encourage you, when God does things in your life, acknowledge him before others. That's what that means. Acknowledge him. Thank him, but also when people come and say, wow, you've done this or that. No, God did it. Acknowledge him before others. And I'm making this video because people are seeing what I'm doing and everything, and it's cool and fun, but it's impossible for me. Like I can actually tell you it's financially impossible for me, but God has made it happen. Okay? And I'm just so thankful that I can do this. I absolutely love doing it. And so whatever your dream is, whatever you feel God calling to, just don't worry about the details. Just start moving forward. He wants people that move forward in things in faith. Okay? Recently I read about Moses at the burning bush. And that guy, he's actually saying, no, I don't want to go. I can't even talk. I don't even know how to speak correctly in front of people, blah, blah, blah. But he obeyed, and he just moved forward, and God provided and pulled through as required, as needed. And he'll do the same thing for you. So that's my life right now. I don't expect to be making many YouTube videos this year. We're probably going to be going full tilt. And yeah, it's exciting. It's fun. It's a lot. And I've had so many sleepless nights worrying about stuff because there's so much stuff that can go wrong on these trucks. So it's been building my faith and you know what, Lord? If it breaks, not my problem. I trust in you. You'll help me get through it. And he has over and over. So God bless all of you guys. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. I hope this video encourages you. And yeah, hope you have a good one. We'll see you sometime else.